know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to edit all the people out of these photos. Just erase them all. That's a long way up. Oh, those posts go up and down.
Huh?
The post in the middle goes up and down so vehicles could go through.
Okay, everyone. I think we've got everyone. So we're going to go around this square and talk about 5 buildings. Lots happened. So this yellow building you see there, that's the Hotel Bristol today. It was originally built like an apartment complex for aristocrats and nobles, and it was completed in 1619. Okay? In the late 19th century, it becomes part of the Austrian Empire, and the Emperor Franz Joseph and his queen Sissi, you might have heard of Sissi, her name was actually Elizabeth, so the Empress Elizabeth of Austria, they would stay here when they came to visit Salzburg after it became part of the Austrian Empire. So it's, in 1894 the city takes over and they open a hotel and call it the Electricity Hotel. This is the first building in Salzburg with electricity. They're still very proud of that today. If you go onto the website, the first building with electricity. Not actually quite true, the whole block got electricity, but we'll let them have it. So in 1907 it becomes the Hotel Bristol. It gets bought by a private owner and it's had a lot of famous visitors over the years. So after the Emperor stayed here, Sigmund Freud has stayed here, Ringo Starr, Maria von Trapp, the original Maria von Trapp from The Sound of Music, when she came back to Salzburg, she stayed here. And all the children from the movie stayed here. And Christopher Plummer, the man who played the father, was a very British gentleman who was actually Canadian, so you know. So when they came home after work, the children went straight up into their rooms, and Christopher Plummer went straight into the bar, and he sat down at the piano, and he spent all night there, apparently every night, drinking and singing songs to the piano. And you know who this guy is, it would have been a pretty funny sight. So he's drunk every night, hungover every day. Julie Andrews is drunk all day. So, you know, it maybe wasn't what we all think. It was a bit of a party, wasn't it? So at the end of the movie, they're all escaping over the hills into Switzerland. In reality, like, they're actually walking straight into Germany. I know it was 30 years later, but it's still funny. 20 years later. Okay. So Julie Andrews actually stayed in a hotel we'll park just across the road here called the Salzach Hotel. She had a 1.5-year-old child and the governor's taking care of the child. So I guess she wanted to stay away from all the riffraff here. But yeah, so, yeah, next time you watch the movie, keep in mind, he's hungover all day, she's drunk. Top of the square, you got the Church of the Holy Trinity. This church was completed in 1703, and there's another one in the Old Town that we'll pass later on, completed in 1707, and they are some of the first examples of sacred Baroque Italian-style architecture north of the Alps. And after they were built, they heavily influenced all church building in the German Catholic-speaking world. So basically the south of Germany, Switzerland, Austria. as with all the churches except the cathedral in town, they're all open and they're all free. So if you're walking past the church, you can just go and have a look, and they're all amazing. Yeah, they're all centuries old and they're just phenomenal inside. The cathedral costs €5. We'll pass that later on. That's the only one you have to pay to get into. It is worth it. It's pretty amazing. We'll talk about that when we're there. Next building is the Mozart Wohnhaus. That means the Mozart family home. So originally they lived in the old town. We'll pass that building later on. That's where Mozart was born. That's the very popular spot in Salzburg. They're both museums. This place is a museum, the other place is a museum. This isn't as popular, of course, but this is where they moved to in 1773. So they moved down to the other place in 1747, moved over here in 73 because they needed more space. Okay? Today, as I said, it's a museum, and if you get to our meeting point, which is just around the corner, I'm about to show you that. If you get there early and you want to have a coffee, the cafe in the bottom of that is quite nice to sit there. Okay? All right. There's a big group in the way, so I'll talk about the next building. You might see on that building over there, there's a plaque with the name Christian Doppler on it. So many of you, if not all of you, will have heard of the Doppler effect. So measuring the speed of something by measuring the sound frequency as it goes. That was that guy. He came up with that. He was born there in 1803. So every speeding ticket you've ever had, it's his fault.
Oh, like the Doppler radar.
All his fault. There's a really bad joke in Salzburg. I really want to make it very clear that this is not my joke. The Doppler effect doesn't work in Salzburg when a piece of cake passes someone's face because it just disappears when it's here. It's not my joke. Okay, we'll just walk around this group. Next up, just around the corner.
Bus is coming. Right in front of you.
Okay, and Christian Doppler was born here.
Very easy to find. We're about to cross the road and be in the river, and I'll explain to you how to get here, and you'll see how easy it is to find. No one has ever not found this place. Again, that's not a challenge. We meet here at 4:20, and we don't walk all the way back to the bus. We just cross the road and get the bus from there back to the station. Okay? So we meet here at 4:20.
Okay.
Until the light goes green, that's the Sacher Hotel. You might have heard of the famous chocolate cake from Austria called the Sacher Torte. That's from that hotel chain. They're 5-star hotels. It's green. We can go. And I'll continue on the other side. Just hit that key thing is true.
Lost you in the crowd. Hello? I lost you. I lost Jen in the crowd. Oh, this is gonna be pretty. Oh, there's all the locks on the thing. See him?
Yeah.
Oh, look, his oil painting. Hey, look, there's a river tour.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta ask.
Look at all the locks. Look at the locks of love. So in the seas of love. Honey, I'll go like this with the
Also. Und deine Geschwister?
I almost lost you. You got stuck where? That's kind of cool. A little tour on a boat. There it goes. They're up there. Fight the current on that thing.
All right, that's it. We're going to cross the road. We're going to start going through the old town.
Still amazed that their buses are running electric like that. All right, let me pause it.
Okay, everyone. Down at the end of the street, there's a building site. They'll put a covering over the building that's meant to look like a building. At the bottom of that, you go in to get the elevator up to the museum and whatnot. If you're looking for that later on, that's the spot. It's very easy to miss if you don't know it. Okay. Moving forward into this complex, this is a Stern-Arcade that belongs to the Stern brewery. Stern means star. Okay. In this complex, there are two beer gardens. There's Japanese, there's an Italian. There are a couple of different mixed sort of places, so maybe an interesting place to come to lunch. We're going to walk through here now and come out of the main trading street. Always been the main trading street. We have to stop on that street. You have to have an agent over there. Some of them are really old. We're going to take a left and we're going to end up down at the building where Mozart was born. It's a very busy street. As we walk down there, you might want to look left and right through the passageways that you see. They're full of cafes and shops. So down at this end of the old town, it's a really nice little building passageways. You come out of the next square, the next street, and of course there's some pretty nice cafes in there and take photographs. So we're going to go through a couple together, but there are lots of them, all right? And we will be passing the Red Bull World. So Red Bull World is the mecca of Red Bull merchandising. Many people don't know that Red Bull is from here. Right? This is where Red Bull comes from.
Oh, wow.
You're in the right place. So the guy who started Red Bull here, he was in Thailand. He felt bad. He drank some drink that made him feel amazing. So he contacted the company. He said, I want to sell your drink and start my own version. And that company in Thailand actually owns 51% of Red Bull. And it's basically one copy of the drink, and the emblem is very similar. And Red Bull, the whole thing with Bull is interesting because the Bull now works for Salzburg, and it always has been.
Maybe it's one over.
Coincident, actually, we'll see some bulls standing around town as we go through. So through there, and then follow the white umbrella. It might be a bit busy on that.
Honey, why would you want to come to Austria and eat sushi? That's what I'm in the mood for. Oh, here's something. That's the sushi place. Restaurant there. There you go. That's so you could get something. A beer and something, right?
Ja, gut, das war aber
Oh wow, there's a bigger one in there.
Yeah.
ist doch völlig verrückt.
Wow, this is a cool little, watch this, dips down. Wow. This is neat.
Oh, there it is.
What? Oh, Red Bull. Honey, there's your chocolate. Sorry. Here's your chocolate world. The Mozart balls.
Oh, we can't lose them.
Oh my God, but he's all the way up there. Bye-bye now. My favorite. Oh my God, oh, I gotta come back here. My mother used to get me those. All right, I'm having fun. We'll be on our own in a little bit. Sorry, the tour's still up there, and then we get on our own for like 3 hours. Wow, there's little shops everywhere. Gotta move. Keep on moving. Cafe Mozart. I'm coming. We getting the strip? Go ahead. Come on. I like all the little signs. Oh, look, a Stein. Where did he go now?
No, there's that other couple. I don't know where they went.
I think he went left. Yeah, he went left. Oh, more chocolate. That's the Mozart chocolate. Yeah, all in there. Oh, that's his house, honey. Mozart's house.
Okay, guys, I think we've got everyone. I'm going to start by talking about this little restaurant behind me in the corner. That's been a restaurant for over 650 years. Not that spectacular because I got the other one that's over 1,200 years old. But that's been a restaurant for that long. And there's a plaque on the side of that restaurant commemorating Mozart's father, Professor Mozart, who rented the first floor. And he put a bed in there and slept in there when he got home late. Okay? So they lived here in this building. The family lived here, and when he would get home late, he would wake everybody when he got home because, you know, creaky wooden staircase floorboards. They had a bunch of children, so he rented that place, slept there, and in the morning he'd go over to it. So this is where the Mozarts moved into in 1747. They moved to that other house I showed you in 1773. Mozart left Salzburg in 1780 and never came back to live. He spent the rest of his life in Vienna and Prague mostly, and also in Munich, and of course traveling. So this has been a museum since 1880. Right, they've got one of Mozart's violins, a clavichord like a miniature piano that he used to play, and they've recreated the family apartment. Okay? So he's born here in 1756. He dies in 1791 at the age of only 35. The last few years of his life, he was a bit of a rock star. He was drinking badly, addicted to gambling. He disappeared from the public eye, and that's why we don't know where he's buried. He's buried in Prague, Vienna, probably, maybe though in Prague, in a pauper's grave. And no one, it's all a bit murky. Like there are movies and documentaries with theories that he was poisoned by someone who was jealous of him, another composer from here. The main theory is probably he just drank and gambled himself to death. Right? So he's very ahead of his time in the music and also lifestyle as a rock and roll star. He's the first one to write operas in a language other than Italian, so he wrote operas in German, which not everyone likes. Royal Court wouldn't have it. Some people still think it doesn't sound very good compared to Italian. So all this is very impressive, but you know, I'm a bit different. The thing that impresses me more than anything about this building are the doorbells. So those wires coming down there lead to a wooden handle, and when you pull the handle, it taps. There's a little hammer that taps on the window, and that's so if you wanted the Mozart, you'd pull the Mozart handle, and it would tap on the window. And they're still there. I don't think you can pull them. I've never tried them.
Let me see it.
You can try if you want. I've never tried. We're going to head down this way now, and we're going to go through a passageway, and keep in mind the passageway is as long as that apartment. So they say they moved out of here because it was too small, but it's enormous. Okay? And the passageway we're about to walk through is as long as the apartment. Okay? This way.
There's the knockers right there. Pull those. Honey, what about that? At least it's dry here. If it pours, you find a spot in the corner, right? Ooh.
built in 1707, well, completed in 1707. This is the Church of the Collegiate, the University Church. So it belongs to the university. The whole block belongs to the university. The yellow part is the library today. It used to be the Conservatorium of Music. So Professor Mozart would walk out of that building and go over there to work some days.
Chocolate covered pretzel. Throw that shit right there.
Okay. On the top of the buildings in Salzburg, you will often see years. So, like over there, 1360, 1999. 1360 it was built. 1999 it was rebuilt or renovated. Okay, so you see a lot of that around Salzburg. This is a great place to come if you don't want to go to a restaurant. You want to grab something quick. Then I come here. They have great bread rolls over here, ham, cheese, schnitzel rolls. Very fresh, very good quality stuff. And they all sell beers here. They all sell drinks, of course, as well. Don't be afraid to drink on the street. But in Europe, everywhere in Europe, except maybe the UK, you could drink anywhere. Often sit on the train on the way home with a beer. Doesn't mean you're rough.
Well, you could buy a house here. I wonder how much. Buying a house here. They look like castles. All right, I'm gonna give this thing a rest. All right, that's a cool fountain.
Okay, everyone, we've got to get through to the square. This is Residence Square. Whenever you hear the word residence, you don't speak of residence square. Archbishops lived here. The first version, I think, was from the 11th century, not quite sure. Through the centuries, the archbishop rebuilt more or less the version that our Mozart used one night. Square of Middle Ages, the late 1590s, had all the moves, and they opened up the square. Again, this kind of neat architect by the name of Makartsteg, and he designed the square and the fountain. So this, especially this fountain, is just
Raining. All right, I'm gonna shut it off and put this away. I don't want it to get wet. It's gonna start clearing up. Not so much. Why can't we do it underneath there?
Watch.
I see. All right.